Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are exploring some of the planet's most ancient and amazing creatures, sea turtles and tortoises.
We really are.
Our mission is to find out their coolest secrets and also learn how thinking like a scientist can help you learn, well, pretty much anything.
And we have to start with, maybe, the most famous one of all, Jonathan. He's a Seychelles giant tortoise.
Oh, I've heard about him. He's incredibly old, right?
Incredibly, as of 2025, he's estimated to be around 192 years old. He's the oldest known living land animal.
Wow, 192. Just imagine everything he's, seen.
It's mind-boggling.
It really is.
Mm.
Okay, so let's start with a really common question because I think a lot of us get this wrong. Turtle, tortoise, what is the actual difference?
Yeah, it's a great question, and the answer is actually pretty simple. It all comes down to their feet and where they live.
Their feet.
If it lives in the water, like an ocean or a river, it's a turtle. And you'll see it has flippers, which are perfect for swimming.
Okay, flippers for the water.
Exactly. But if it's a land animal, walking around in a forest or a desert, that's a tortoise. And it has these sort of stubby, strong toes for marching on the ground.
So the feet tell the whole story. Land toes or sea flippers.
That's the easiest way to remember it.
And speaking of how they're built, I read something fascinating about a sea turtle's shell.
Oh, yeah. Their shell, or carapace, as scientists call it, is really special.
Right. They can't pull their head and flippers inside like a cartoon turtle, can they?
No, they can't. And that's a huge trade-off. See, a land turtle can hide inside his shell for protection. But a sea turtle's shell is much more streamlined, it's flatter,
Built for speed.
built for speed. It helps them glide through the ocean really efficiently, but it means they can't hide.
That's a serious superpower. So what else have they got? I heard the green sea turtle isn't actually green.
That's one of my favorite facts. Their shell is usually brown or olive. The green part is actually their fat and cartilage under the shell.
No way. Why is it green?
It's their diet. They eat tons of seagrass and algae. And the pigment from all those plants, it literally stains their insides green.
So you really are what you eat.
In their case, absolutely.
Okay, so that's amazing. But for like pure ancient power, we have to talk about the leatherback sea turtle. These things are basically dinosaurs.
They pretty much are. They've been around in their current form since the age of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And they are the champions of deep diving.
How deep are we talking?
They can dive nearly 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet. That's incredible. How does an animal that breathes air even do that?
It's a biological marvel. They have a kind of flexible shell, and they can even collapse their lungs. And while we're on marvels, let's talk about baby turtles.
The hatchlings.
Right. A mother sea turtle lays a whole bunch of eggs in a nest on the beach. It's called a clutch. Maybe 100 to 125 eggs at a time.
And here's the part that blew my mind. The sand determines if they're boys or girls.
It's all about the temperature. If the sand in the nest is cooler, the hatchlings will be male.
And if it's warmer.
They'll be female.
That's amazing. But it brings up a good question. How did scientists figure that out? How did they know it was the temperature and not, say, something else?
And that's our second big idea, how to think like a mini scientist. It's all about asking questions.
Right, because being a scientist isn't just about knowing facts, it's about figuring out why things are the way they are.
Exactly. So with the turtle eggs, scientists had to be really careful. They had a question. Does temperature change the turtle's sex?
So they set up an experiment.
Yep. And the most important rule when you're testing something is to only change one thing at a time.
Ah, so they kept the sand moisture the same, the depth of the nest the same. Everything was identical except the temperature.
Precisely. If you change too many things at once, you'll never know which one actually caused the result. It's like baking cookies.
Oh, I like this.
If your cookies come out weird, you don't change the flour, the sugar, and the oven temperature all in one go.
Yeah.
You just change one thing to see what happens.
And that's how you solve the mystery. That's a skill you can use for anything, really.
It is. So we've covered ancient survivors, green fat, and the secret science of turtle nests.
I think the big takeaway for me is that just being curious and exploring things one step at a time is how you learn anything new, whether it's about a 192-year-old tortoise or just, how your favorite game works.
Absolutely. Which leads to a final thought for you to take with you. If just a few degrees of temperature can change everything for a family of sea turtles.
Wow.
It's one small thing, one variable you could change in your own day to learn something completely new.